year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Woohoo is right. Alrighty. Well, good evening, everyone. Gregory Mascari here from Bozeman, Montana, but I'm actually talking to you from Draper, Utah. Robin and I are here for our monthly Live Younger VIP Welcome Center tours on tomorrow, Wednesday, and on Thursday. But tonight we're here to talk to you about the power of the patch, our breakthrough in patented wearable light technology. So let's just get this little show on the road here. And I'd like to start out by laying a foundation I think we can all agree on that health certainly is our greatest wealth. And if you've ever wrestled with losing it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And number two, the symptoms of aging and disease just are not fun. I don't care whether it's dental issues or brain fog or joint dysfunction or, fine lines and wrinkles. Maybe it's cardiovascular. Those are symptoms of aging and they are not fun. So let's start out by remember when you could work all day and party all night and then get up the next day and do it again? Well, as the old song goes, those were the days, my friend, we thought they'd never end. But for many of us, they have, but it doesn't have to be that way. The problem is the older you get, the faster you age, the slower you heal due to a natural decline in our body's number one repair system, stem cells. In fact, by age 30, they've decreased by about 50%. And by age 60, only a small percentage remains. And that is not a good sign, my friends. So I finally figured out what I want to be when I get older. I don't know about you, but I want to be younger. I want to turn back my biological clock, and defy the aging symptoms of time. So let me ask two personal questions to start things out. If you could change one thing in your health, or maybe in the health of someone you love and care for, what would it be? And number two, what impact would reducing or maybe even eliminating that issue have on your quality of life or theirs? Now, with that being said, I want to give a kind of general disclaimer. Our products are not designed or intended to heal, treat, cure, or diagnose any disease. They do, however, help put our bodies back in a more healthy homeostasis, regenerative mode, and wonderful things may start happening for you too, like so many people, thousands and literally millions of people around the world. So if I can show you tonight a safe and affordable way to change the trajectory of your aging so you could look, feel, and live younger longer, would that be interesting to you? And usually there's a resounding yes. Well, it is very interesting. And we've got really good news for you here today. The X39 wearable light technology is truly a historic breakthrough in holistic wellness. It's a new patented, inexpensive wearable patch. It's affordable, it's safe, it's non-invasive, it's drug-free, totally non-transdermal. It's a unique form of phototherapy which uses very specific frequencies of light to increase and improve our health and wellness while supporting our body's natural innate ability to heal itself. So I want to play a short video that kind of sets the stage for us here tonight.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHKCU, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy for improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
And that's what we're here to talk about tonight, the power of the patch. And it's based on the science of photobiomodulation. And I know that's kind of a mouthful, but LifeWave patches contain very specific combinations of organic materials and nanocrystals. And when they are applied or near our body, they're activated by the infrared body heat or the light coming off of our body. And they then begin to emit very targeted and very specific waves of light that stimulate targeted and beneficial biochemical responses in our body. And this is the scientific basis of our LifeWave phototherapy patches. This is David Schmidt, our visionary founder and CEO. He's also a brilliant scientist and researcher, and he's a prolific genius inventor now with over 200 patents to his name. He's been on the leading edge of phototherapy research and science for over 24 years, and he's already conducted over 90 clinical studies proving the efficacy of LifeWave phototherapy products. And I have a short little video clip that kind of highlights who David Schmidt is. So let's share that real quick.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There is more information there than most people would ever realize. I was 8 years old, and my parents wanted to take me to the workshop of Thomas Edison. On the drive back home, I said to my dad, I want to be an inventor. Light, as it turns out, is the primary control mechanism for everything else that happens in the body. What if we could have an external electromagnetic field that would essentially reset the stem cells that are already in our bodies and get them to function like younger, healthier cells? What if in the process we actually found out that in a book that was written thousands of years ago, that information already existed? God has left his fingerprint in natural design, and that blueprint shows up in nature. The mathematical codes are identical. The implications to this are absolutely extraordinary. What drives me is that there's this enormous sense of hope that we can create technology to generate clean energy, that we can have foods that aren't genetically modified, and we can meet all of the needs on the planet that we have to, and that we can heal people.
Wow. That is David Schmidt, our visionary founder, CEO, and inventor of the LifeWave technologies. 20-year-old company now. Actually, prior to the forming of LifeWave, back in 2000, David got a contract with the Navy SEALs to produce a technology that would increase their battle-ready strength, stamina, performance without the use of drugs, stimulants, or caffeine. It turned out to be so effective. In 2004, David founded LifeWave 20 years ago, and we're in our 21st year now, to bring this amazing technology to the masses. In 2010, they set up manufacturing and international distribution, IT, and customer service in Ireland. We now distribute to over 80 countries from our 16 global distribution centers, And last year, in the fall of last year, we set up our brand new global headquarters right here in Draper, Utah, where Robin and I are with you here tonight. And we also, at the headquarters, we have a state-of-the-art space age welcome center that we're going to be touring people through tomorrow and on Thursday. And we'll show you a little excerpt from a tour of the welcome center before the end of tonight's presentation. But our focus for the last 15 years was in anti-aging and regenerative science, and we broke the mold in 2019 when LifeWave launched X39, some calling it the holy grail of health, healing, and regeneration. We're actually doing what Big Pharma and, let's see, here we go. Had my camera off. Sorry about that. Can't see all my wonderful expressions. Uh, a historic and affordable breakthrough in wellness technology. We are actually doing what the multi-billion-dollar companies and big pharma have not been able to do. When used in conjunction with proper nutrition and hydration, X39 has been proven to activate a very specific copper peptide that supports and enhances stem cell activity while also altering gene expression towards a younger and more vibrant you. And that fills my goal of growing younger as I grow older. And yes, we have patents. Yes, we have clinical studies and field results proving that X39 is actually turning back our biological clock, helping people to look, feel, perform, and live younger, longer. And, this is just so very exciting. So I'm just going to briefly share with you some of the benefits people experience when they use X39. The first is more energy, the currency of life, right? Using X39 daily leads to an increase in cellular energy. And how about better sleep? Using X39 daily also leads to improvement in the quality of sleep, and you wake up feeling more rested and ready for the next day. And how about sports performance? Using X39 improves both sports performance and significantly reduces the recovery after exercise. So, in fact, some X39 users over the age of 50 have reported feeling stronger and more fit than they were back in their 20s and 30s. LifeWave patches are so powerful, they're now being used by pro and amateur athletes all around the world in almost every sport. The media has begun to notice, and you might too, if you look carefully at some of your favorite athletes and Olympians, and you see these auspicious little white patches on their bodies, and that's LifeWave phototherapy technology. How about pain relief? Most people notice a reduction of pain within minutes of application. And brain health, brain function. Many report improved memory, focus, and cognitive function. We have detailed laboratory clinical studies proving that. And wound healing, this is a great one. X39 actually helps support the natural wound healing process of our body, cutting wound healing time, whether it's a cut, a scrape, a burn, a minor or major surgical procedure, sometimes cutting the healing time by 30, 40, 50%. Significant reduction in healing because your body has more stem cells. The repair crew are ready and waiting. Wrinkle reduction. Now, unlike pain, the pain reduction takes a little bit more patience here, but we encourage you to take pictures, and it's usually very noticeable within an 8 to 12 week period. There's an increase in collagen in your skin, and your skin's gonna be softer, more supple, and you're gonna notice some of those fine lines and wrinkles maybe melting away. And scar reduction. This is a phenomenon called remodeling, which reduces the appearance of scars. And again, take pictures because this doesn't happen overnight, but over a period of weeks and a few months, you will see a significant decrease in some of the scars that you may have. Now, take a look at these results. Here's some people, the lady up in the upper left, after only 4 months. What a difference from before and after. And the lady down below, Kamei, after 9 months, she looks like she peeled 15, 20 years off. And her reduction in medications was dramatic. And in the upper center, if you look here, Kathy, Karen, excuse me. Oh, no, that's Karen down below. The lady up above, you can see her after 355 days, a dramatic reduction, but the last one is after 2 years. she just keeps growing younger. She's going to look like her daughter pretty soon. And the lad up in the upper right had a snowboarding accident. Mom put X39 patches on him, and 5 days later, you could hardly tell what had happened to him. And the poor fellow down here in the bottom right fell through the ceiling, broke 6 ribs, punctured his lung. Doctor said you're going to be out of work for at least 6 weeks. And within 3 weeks, he was back on the job. And look at the reduction of the swelling and the inflammation. And I'm going to just talk about Karen. She's at the bottom center. And this is a picture of Karen who had some radiation treatment on her face. You can see her using the X39. And you can see after 4 days, she wasn't looking too good. And after, about a week and a half later, and about 3 weeks later, but wait until you see this next picture on June 30th. That's like 24 days after she had this treatment. Oh my God, she looks like it never happened. So that's just a dramatic display of the wonderful benefits you might experience from X39. And finally, hair growth. We have lots of anecdotal reports from many users that experience an increase in the quality, quantity, and speed of hair growth. And some are actually getting their original color back, some of the boomers and such. So the bottom line is, living the life you wanted to live, living to enjoy life with your partner, with your grandkids. Aging is not the number of candles on your cake, it's a feeling, and to just enjoy life more with the people you love and care for. So I'm just going to play a couple of short video excerpts of what's happening with some people using the X39.
X39 has really changed my life. I'm not stuck at home in pain in bed. I'm out here with my friends and enjoying my family.
Big thank you to Lifeway for helping me, helping my family, and helping the 100 people now in our team who are using Lifeway daily and their families. Big thank you. Love the products.
And I have energy through the roof.
I sleep better. I have so much more energy.
Throughout the day, I can focus better. I can concentrate in my work.
Our church worship service lasts 45 minutes. For the last 2 years, I've not been able to stand that long. 2.5 weeks into wearing the X39 patch, the pastor said, "You can now be seated." It dawned on me at that moment that, my goodness, I've been standing this whole time, didn't realize it.
After starting using the technology for approximately 2 weeks, my pain completely disappeared.
32 years of pain gone in 3 days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Hey. I love it every time I see it. So that's what people are saying. Now, let's talk about what doctors are saying. And I'm so proud that LifeWave has attracted hundreds and thousands of health practitioners from all around America and throughout the world that are using our products with their patients, with their families, and just adding another arrow in their quiver, increasing the clinical outcomes, increasing their referral rate, increasing their revenue stream, as a result of LifeWave. So we've got a couple of them on the phone here with us tonight. I'm going to stop my share and I'm going to introduce the first one is a very dear friend of mine, Michelle Niels. And Michelle hails from Fort Collins, Colorado. She's a former RN turned holistic massage therapist and energy healer who's now incorporated LifeWave technology and patches into her practice. So,
perfect, Gregory. That's it. You got it.
I got it. And I'm going to turn this next part over to you and allow you to introduce our special guest doctor.
All right. Thank you, Gregory. I love in the introduction, Gregory, when you say the symptoms of aging just aren't fun. I always chuckle because I'm not experiencing signs and symptoms of aging, or very few. And I know that while my chronological age is going up, my biological age is going down. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to introduce Dr. Cathy Wong. Dr. Cathy is a dentist with over 30 years of experience in dentistry, and she has been using the LifeWave technology for just over 2.5 years. Welcome, Dr. Cathy.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you. So I want to ask you kind of a different question. Um, so what surprised you the most about this technology when you were first introduced to it?
Well, I would have to say what happened to a family member. So my brother-in-law had low back pain, 7 out of 10 every day. I had already had a couple of back surgeries, said I don't want to go down that road again. He had also tore a little, thing in his shoulder and just had a lot of issues going on. And again, when someone says surgery, he just wasn't interested. So he just muddled along. So when my sister started using the patches on him, okay, the back pain went away. It took a little longer for those shoulder issues to go ahead and, go away, but they did eventually. And he said it has been life-changing for him.
To avoid surgery?
Yes.
That's huge, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, beautiful. So, Dr. Cathy, what do you share with someone who is just starting to use the patches to ensure the most positive outcome? What would you
Well, I
say to
always
someone?
tell people that you can't pick the fix. You can't choose, the issues that the patches are going to address. The body has that list of priorities, and the technology is going to go to the area that's needed the most, whatever tissue, gland, or organ might need repair. But you will eventually get your result that you're looking for if you're consistent with using the patches. Stay hydrated, okay, and be patient. I think sometimes in this world we want it instantaneously.
Yes, we do.
But we need to realize that we didn't get there overnight, and you're not going to go ahead and put something on your body and expect it to turn around the other way. Now, we do find people that when they do utilize the patches, they do get a result right away. And sometimes we call them one patch wonders. And I would have to say maybe about 10% of the people fall into that category. 90% of people fall into that category of you don't get the result right away, but if you're patient, you will have a result.
You will have results. So you mentioned a couple things, Dr. Cathy. You said be consistent. When you and I spoke the other day, I chuckled because I shared a story with you, and you said this has happened to you, where I've introduced people to the patches. They get their patches. I call them a week later to see how it's going, and they say, "Oh, I haven't started." I said, "Why not?" And they say, "Oh, I had company," or "I was sick last week," and they're like, "I wanted to wait." So I say that's the time to use the patch. So what was your comment when I said that? And we both had a chuckle.
Well, I said that it is a 100% guarantee that they will not work unless you put them on.
It just makes me just hilarious. I mean, yes, and I don't know about others, but I'm sure other people will agree. People are like waiting for the right moment. But maybe that stressful family visit or you being under the weather is the perfect moment, right? Like put it to the
Absolutely.
test, right? So tell us, Dr. Cathy, about the importance of nutrition and water, hydration.
Well, hydration is super, super important. We just heard a little tutorial from our owner inventor of the patch technology, David Schmidt, and he did talk about dehydration and aging. And it is important for the body to have water or hydration in order to function. So there's a lot of communication that goes on in the cell-to-cell communication when we're hydrated properly. And it's not necessarily meaning that we have to drink tons of water, but if we go ahead and have a diet rich in foods that that have hydration in it, that helps too. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Cucumbers, watermelon. Now we're in the great season because of the melons, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Um, as a dentist, Dr. Cathy, how, just because you're the only dentist that so far on our team that's on these calls, so we hear dental stories and success stories. I have a couple myself. I shared with you that I had implant surgery. I didn't even get the prescription filled for the oxycodone. I took one dose of ibuprofen and I just applied the patch and I didn't have pain. Literally one dose, and that was major surgery. So what, as a dentist, how would you suggest people to use the patches prior to a big dental procedure?
Well, it's like anything else. We're having some type of surgery. So we want to make sure that, we patch before, during, and after. A lot of times when you are having a different type of surgery, whether it be, knee or hip or whatever, they're always telling you to go off your supplements prior to
Yes.
surgery. But with dentistry, we usually don't tell people to do that. Okay, so you certainly can, probably be safe to wear that patch during the surgery.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you don't feel comfortable with that, absolutely, you can go ahead and maybe take a couple-hour break. But I would definitely think about, when people are not feeling good and they stop their supplements or they stop using, the patches, that's the time when your body needs all those resources to go ahead and help you get better if you're not feeling too well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to share, Dr. Cathy, before we close?
Well, I want people to keep in mind that, again, when you go ahead and start this technology, be patient. It takes about 1 to 2 months for every decade of life to bring that body back to center. And we need to keep in mind that we did not get there overnight. Okay, so if we're patient, and again, if we are consistent with the patches, okay, you will get a result. You will get a result. There are so many clinical studies. We've got over 200 patents on this technology. Something is working even though you may not be able to feel it.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. Cathy. Great to be with you.
Mm.
Hey, Gregory.
Wonderful. Michelle, Dr. Cathy, thank you so much. And this is just a tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen. The benefits that people reap from these products and the wonderful health and practitioners like Dr. Cathy and Michelle that are joined our team. So thank you very much, ladies. And I want to talk about what's happened to our company since we launched the patch. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again and look at this phenomenal growth that LifeWave has experienced in the last 6 years after the launch of the X39 Lite technology in January of 2019. We've grown 3,000% since then. We're now the #1 growth company in network marketing for 5 years in a row, and really a new rising star in the $8 trillion longevity and wellness market. So I mentioned our new global headquarters, which I'm about a block and a half away from there, and I'll be there tomorrow entertaining guests from all over the country. Some have flown in, some have driven in. And I want to just show you a little snippet, a short video excerpt of what our welcome center looks like. And by the way, it was designed by the set designer of Star Trek. So that's just a little clue. So here we go.
Hey, let's go.
Well, hi there, and welcome to LifeWave's global headquarters.
世界中の何百万もの人々にとってライフウェブは希望を象徴し、真実と光の灯台を象徴しています。
It's one of those things where you have to be there to understand the magnitude of what you experience when you walk in.
It literally is giving me goosebumps.
Like, it's just mesmerizing.
All I can say is, wow.
You felt like you were on a journey in outer space, just simply amazing.
What an incredible, breathtaking experience.
I cannot believe what I saw, but I saw it.
Whoever you bring here, they will be sold.
The genius and the vision and the work that went into this was absolutely amazing.
It's just honestly mind-blowing to see the technology, the evolution of this company.
The sky's the limit. That's all I can say.
I'm just speechless. It was so beautiful. I don't even know what to say.
This is the most exciting, jaw-dropping presentation I've ever experienced.
If you're ever in the neighborhood, we're only about 15 miles south of the Salt Lake City Airport in Draper, Utah. And the Welcome Center is open for tours. It does take pre-registration, RSVP, but it's open to just share with you the past, the present, and the future of LifeWave. So let's talk about the LifeWave business opportunity. And LifeWave is a really wonderful plan B in the gig economy, if you will. We need help getting the word out on our patented exclusive products. We have no competition. We have a very simple duplicatable success system. We have free websites, training and support, a very low cost of entry, and the satisfaction of being rewarded for making a difference in people's lives and health. In addition to being a rock solid debt-free 20-year-old company doing business in 80 countries, we've got a rock solid, well-tested, and well-structured compensation plan that generously pays out 50% of all the sales to brand partners. Instead of sending that money to Wall Street or Madison Avenue, we're sending it to Main Street, to you and me and people just like us. So 3 ways to get started. You can start as a retail customer with X39. That's a great way. It's a good way to get started. 1 month supply is only $149 per month. That's 30 sleeves, a 30-day supply. Now, a better way, because, it's been said, friends don't let friends buy retail. So you can become a wholesale preferred customer. It's a much better way. You can save 33% on the cost of X39, actually save $50. It does require a monthly auto ship subscription, but the good news is there's no long-term commitment. You can quit in 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, or never, and most people who get on X39, they don't want to stop. And it all comes with a risk-free 90-day first order money-back guarantee. The best way to get started, the way my wife and I got started, she actually started as a customer, but didn't take us long to figure out we need to be a brand partner. That's the best way, where you can get paid for sharing. You can earn a part-time or a full-time income, and you can earn generous personal and team rewards, getting paid weekly with 3 brand partner starter kits to choose from, which I'll briefly overview in just a moment. And these come with a risk-free 30-day first order money-back guarantee. So these are the 3 kits, the core, the advanced, and the premium, from $295 to $535 to $1,750. Interestingly enough, each of these kits actually saves you money below wholesale. So you save significant money off of the wholesale price. It's the best way to get started. And with that being said, right time, right product, right company. I want to close out with another short little video that kind of puts a bow around it for you. So here we go.
A life empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science. At longevity. At exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being from the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave.
Be the light with LifeWave. Well, I just want to thank you for being with us here tonight. And in conclusion, I want to just tell you that for my wife, Robin, and I, LifeWave has been an absolute answer to a prayer, because every day we know we're going to wake up and hear miracle stories. Every day we're enhancing and changing lives. And every day we and thousands of others all around the world are enjoying the blessings of better health, vitality, lifestyle, community, and financial freedom associated with sharing this good news. So invite you to get back with the person who invited you here today. They cared enough about you to share this valuable information. Get your questions answered. Choose the X39 Wholesale Starter Kit that's right for you, and just get started today. So God bless you. Share the light, be the light with LifeWave. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.